Okay, so we're recording, and Michael's going to lead for the first few minutes while I take a break, and hopefully others will come in. Michael, you can just give some value for the first few minutes. I'm just going to take like 3 minutes, inshallah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Can we tripod?
No, we don't use a tripod. Hey guys. That was it was a little unexpected. So if I am a little flustered, just bear with me. So the book meetings so far have been really, really great. The book Half a Pocket Full of Money. To me, there is a lot of fluffy stuff, meaning that there's what I can consider some filler. It's just things just kind of being said that you can't really wrap your mind around. But then there are other times when a lot of gems are presented by the author. One being, for example, using the word desire instead of want. He described the state of wanting as a state that has no end, right? So let's say if somebody is, if somebody just says that they want something, right? By the definition of the word, it means that you are in a state of without, that you're in a state of not having, and that's just a state. There's not really an exit from that state. So he said instead of using the word want, use the word desire, right? The author is big on the universe understanding, the universe being kind of like an entity, kind of like what you put out there. There's like a system where the universe will give back to you. So if you're constantly feeding the universe that you want, you are in a state of wanting, and that's what you're feeding into the universe. Whereas the word desire basically brings with it, it's a feeling or like a craving for, a hunger for something that can be satiated. If you desire something, it's something that is attainable, right? It's basically the difference between want and desire is that desire is open-ended. It's a state where you can transfer out of. It's a state where you can, it's a state that you can move away from, right? In order to exit from want, you would have to completely leave the state of want. It's not like wanting transitions into something. Desire is something that transitions into something. So by using the word desire, basically, you're feeding into the universe, right? Which, according to the author, is an entity which does give back what you give, it does have a karma, I think is the best word. What you produce is what you can expect to receive. So by using the word desire, saying that, I have the desire to make $100,000 this year. I have the desire, to convert at least 30 people into a buy, by using the word desire in that sense, you are effectively, yeah, like I said, please bear with me if I'm flustered. Yeah, by using the word desire, you're leaving an open-ended, you're giving the universe something that's open-ended. So basically, whatever it is that you desire, it can be returned to you, and you can exit from that state of desire and basically transition. Yeah, so you can basically transition into whatever it is, whatever the state is that you desire. So if you desire to be rich, that desire to be rich can become your new state, or something like that. Like I said, it's a lot of fluffy stuff. And we spoke about giving, and we actually had two other guests on with us, and they shared their experience with giving. Basically, to give is to receive. That's ultimately what it boils down to, right? To give is to receive. By being someone that's constantly giving, you're feeding the universe that energy. You're feeding the universe the energy that you are a person who is selfless. You are a person that wants to see other people with. So therefore the universe rewards you by providing you by giving back to you, by bringing energy, bringing that same energy that you're feeding out, bringing it back to you in some form or the other. Um, so, we were all sharing our different experiences, and you know, the two ladies that were with us, they just talked about how much they love giving, how good it made them feel. They wondered if it was selfish of them because they worried that maybe they give not just to give people, but they give just so that they could feel good about themselves, or that maybe they can go and talk about the fact that they gave, which I don't think is the case. I think they genuinely they did that from the bottom of their heart, because there's a lot of people that seek recognition in other ways, so I think that they were doing that from the bottom of their heart. And I also think that well, one thing they couldn't quite figure out was they don't know why they like to give. But giving is just part of life. It's just part of what we are and who we are as human beings. We kind of have it's just basically the way that human function works. We give to others. It's just, I guess it's part of our psyche, to want to give to others, not necessarily be stingy. I guess, hoarding and trying to keep everything yourself is more unnatural than giving. I think giving is actually more of a natural feeling, to want to help others. So long as you're in a position to help, to want to help others is more natural than wanting to. Yeah.
Shall I save you?
Yeah, save me, bro.
Okay, cool. All right, don't worry about it, man. Look, one thing that we got to realize is that not many people are going to watch our videos, but those who do, they're just going to realize that we're humans just like them, and then they're going to be more willing to receive it.
Could you hear that the whole time? That was like I stumbled through.
Yeah, but is there an echo?
No, I don't hear an echo.
I do. Let me turn this down. Hopefully there won't be an echo. Okay. Cool. Very good. That was a good summary of the last stuff. Actually, one of the things I was thinking about is how our religion, yours and mine, we're Muslim, our religion teaches you can give in secret or in in public. And sometimes giving in public is actually better than giving in secret. And the reason that would be is if giving in public, if the end result is going to be that you're going to encourage and enable other people to give just like you did, then that will even be better than doing it in secret, where you do it in secret, nobody knows about it, so nobody else does it, and then the society still needs, So that's just something I want to throw out there. Cool. Let's go ahead and jump in the book. I think we're around page 150. Giving. It's what it's all about. So let me jump and share my screen. Okay, cool. Can you see that? Okay. In your goal setting, remember to include several goals that are about free and cheerful giving. That's actually very good. I need to be putting that into my goals. I need to do that because, when you give, that's going to bless your sustenance, and you're going to get more. So giving under the law of cause and effect is one of the most powerful actions you can take. It returns in multiples, sevenfold. You cannot afford to leave out giving in your life plan. If you cannot afford to leave it to chance occurrence. You cannot afford to leave it to chance occurrence. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Giving, every time that I have been very charitable, I've found that I've gotten more and more abundance. So that holds true for me anyway. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. Develop giving into a habit, something you do naturally without having to think of it. This makes you into a consistent and persistent giver, and the universe will work for you. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. Give spontaneously. I love doing that. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. People where they don't have to ask you, you just give them something spontaneously, and they're like, oh, wow, thank you, Work on the habit of giving until you get to the point where you enjoy giving. Enjoy it thoroughly. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. It is okay to think and know that when you give, you will get back something from the universe. That's okay, guys. Don't feel guilty. You do not have to pretend you are not interested in receiving your reward for giving. Expecting reward is good. In fact, expecting a reward is empowering a reward to come to you. The violation of the law of giving comes when you start expecting to receive something back from the same being you give to, saying, well, I did this for you, so you should do that for me. In fact, demanding a particular reward back is a violation. It makes you trading-minded rather than cheerful and free-giving-minded. Never ask for or expect payback from those you give to. The reward you receive will come from a source and a time and in a form that the universe finds best suited for you. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. You always have something to give: time, compliments, talent, money, knowledge, share a book, etc. I am health. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. Giving has one bonus effect. It shows you what you have but did not know you had. Say you wish to have wealth. You then decide to give wealth first by helping others learn how to have wealth. Sounds familiar. You read such books as these where you can in such knowledge, share these kinds of books, and so on. In that process, magically, you end up realizing you had a whole lot of wealth and wealth capabilities that you previously thought you lacked. Who joined us? Somebody joined us, and I can't see the name. Let me see. I do like this. I should be able to.
It was Saleh. I just saw his name,
And
Sal.
it's participant Saleh. Hey, Saleh, assalamu alaikum. I don't think you're able to speak to us, but hey, I hope you're listening. So in the process of giving to others, you realize how much you had. You realize you had a whole lot of wealth and wealth capabilities that you previously thought you lacked. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. You are surrounded with abundant opportunities to give, but you only see them when you decide to start seeing them. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. Learn also to receive graciously and happily. Do not feel uncomfortable receiving. You deserve it. And by receiving, you are in harmony with the law of giving and receiving. It just reminds me, the Prophet ﷺ, he never repelled a gift. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. The trick to giving is to not force it upon those you give to. Offer your gift freely and cheerfully. Show your hand. Do not shove. Show. If the receiver does not wish to take your gift, respect that cheerfully. Do not get offended if your gift is not accepted. Allow the other person their full nature of freedom of choice. And do not make a person dependent on you. When a person becomes dependent on your gifts unnecessarily, you have not done them any good because you have reduced their belief and ability in themselves. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. Here is a likely scenario. Imagine a person who does not have much in material possessions to give and share with others. But this person is very charming and kind. Oh my God, this sounds so serendipitous, Michael. The person gives 1,000 compliments to people he or she sees coming across without even getting one compliment back. This person uplifts their mood and confidence by finding ways to encourage and compliment them. But this person never gets a compliment back from anybody. Well, not to worry. The universe keeps its account perfectly. This person's giving builds credit in the universal system. One day, by the law of cause and effect of giving and receiving, this person somehow gets the bicycle he or she always wanted, just when the person needed it, in a way that looks like a miracle. It could be by winning some competition or having it given to them by a stranger, or one of a countless other possibilities, what people call luck. That is how giving works. Sometimes the universe takes little things that you have, can give, and do give, and it puts them into one big thing that you do not have and require, and it gives that to you at a perfect time. And somebody else just joined. Awesome. It's an iPhone with no name. Awesome. Okay. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. For what are possessions but things you keep and guard for fear you may need them tomorrow? And what is fear of need but fear itself? It is not dread of thirst when your well is full, the thirst that is unquenchable. Is not dread of thirst when your well is full, the thirst that is unquenchable? There are those who give little of the much of which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gift unwholesome. And there are those who have little and give it all. These are the believers in life and the bounty of life, and their coffer is never empty. It is well to give when asked, but it is better to give unasked, though understanding. For in truth it is life that gives unto life, while you, who deem yourself a giver, are but a witness, and you are all receivers. Tahlil Gibran, the Prophet. I am wealth, I am abundance, I am joy. All other things held constant, to the extent that an individual or society shares and gives in the right way, so will they have wealth and happiness. Assalamu alaikum, Sayyid. Now you know how to do business with the universe, so speak. The universe itself is a giving universe, for life is for giving. You give and you receive sevenfold. You actually are rewarded for your kindness. The source, life, is all about giving, and the intelligence that runs the universe honors your giving always and always. Give cheerfully. Everything in life is a gift, especially with regard to wealth and happiness. Never cease to cause others to have wealth and happiness, and you will have wealth and happiness in multiples. But what goes with giving? Receiving. And what goes with that? Gratitude. Thank you. Let's have a look at that. Before we continue, can anybody share an experience that they had where you can, show that this that we've just talked about has been true? I'm gonna unmute everybody. I'm unmuting you, Sayed. So I can't unmute you. You have to unmute yourself for some reason.
Yeah, if I may share a moment that I had that was like that. It was actually when I was in Egypt. When we were living in the village and we were all together, we were studying with the sheikh. So all the students, it's not like a classroom. It's not a university. So we all used to like share apartments. Mm-hmm. And a lot of apartments were really, really, really run down, bro. So, I was trying to get my wife to come over with me to Egypt. And, one of the things that I used to do was that I used to always find kittens that were like being abused by the younger kids. They have kids that would like hurt kittens, Yeah. And I would always bring them in the house, and I would always like try to nurture them. I'd give them food. They used to call me, Abu Huraira. Yeah. They used to call me like the father of the kittens because they used to always see me with kittens, and they found it strange. But one day, alhamdulillah, a brother came up to me and he told me that he's leaving his apartment. He'll sell me everything for $1,000. And same time, another brother came and said, look, I want you to take my apartment. So I had an entire furnished, like the belongings of a furnished apartment that I took with me to a brand new apartment. I mean, I haven't seen an apartment like that in America since I came, And one of my friends, he pointed out to me, he was like, I think that, this was given to you, man, because, the care that you show those kittens.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And you able to bring your wife?
I was never able to bring my wife. Oh. And actually, I still have that apartment to this day. I still pay for that apartment.
Wait, you have an apartment in Egypt?
Yeah.
Dude, we got to talk about that. I'm not kidding. Like, we got to talk about that for real.
Inshallah.
After this call. Okay. Sayed, are you, let me click unmute here. I can't unmute you. I don't know why. Sorry, bro.
Hey, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
barakatuh. How you doing? Long time no see, bro.
Yeah, man. Pretty much really tight, really tight scheduling stuff, working stuff. So that's why I couldn't really. But I was into the business. I was really checking stuff, really the OIM chat and everything. So, okay. So real quick, lightings. What actually is about that? I need to talk real quick.
Oh man, we're just talking about how giving can end up where you are a recipient of something you weren't even expecting. You know, you give freely of your time or of yourself or your wealth to others, knowing that, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to return that to you either in this dunya or the akhirah, but at the same time, you don't know how it's going to come back. And so, you know, Tariq, Michael just mentioned an example of how that happened to him. And, you know, I was just wondering if you had an example of how that happened to you.
Yeah, that's a great headline for the day. I mean, I love that. It's actually been in all over my life. I've been really facing this exact thing almost. Uh, I can say like almost every day of my life has been go through like like this because our life really starts with if we want to have like a we want to be grateful. So the only gratefulness is I think it starts from giving. It starts to first accepting things, and then the other thing is to give away things that you have, and because usually we cannot really feel someone and unless if we just put ourselves in that exact shoes, or unless if we just put ourselves in that exact, you know, uh, uh, you know, the person has been living in a situation, in a hard situation in life. We cannot really judge on something. And myself, I have been through this kind of situation before. It was last year actually. There was a family actually that was my neighbor, and I was in Toronto, Canada. Uh, Actually, they were there was like a family couple, like newly married couple, and they had really struggling with hard financial situation. But Alhamdulillah, myself, I was able to like able to handle things around my family, around myself, a job. I had everything, my wife, myself, and everything was all cool. I was okay. Alhamdulillah. I'm always grateful for whatever I have, even though I had nothing. But I'm always grateful being alive at least, breathing. That's a cool thing. That's a great blessing for you. So myself, because of the settings, I mean, myself, I tried to kind of help a bit financially, but beside that one, somehow after a couple of months, it didn't really work for them, and I've seen the same result of looking at them, the same feeling every day, not being grateful. Actually, I was looking at them that see that if that really financial thing really helped them out, but it didn't help. Beside that, because the thing that I found it was not only the financial. So the only thing they were missing out was knowing their self of who they are, which they totally forgot about that.
Mm.
So what I taught, I actually explained to my wife, this is the thing that you need to do, and this is the thing that I'm gonna do. So we actually kind of like made a plan, and we just went outside. So she actually went to talk to that person's wife, and then I went and we actually had a Jummah pray that week, and after Jummah prayer we actually went for a coffee something in a coffee shop. So we had a coffee, and then I talked over an hour, 2 hours. So what I found was he was actually forgetting about the exact reality of who we are and what we're doing in this life, and how we can be very useful to each other, benefitful to each other, how we can help each other. So that is it was a kind of given away from my side. I actually give away all my understandings I had. I actually give away all feelings of a human being, of something that we can really share to each other. So that was the best experience. Right after that one, that person had become my best friend so far. And every time, and we have call almost like 2 days after, a week after, we always have call and communication. He's been very grateful. He's been always thanking me for everything of whatever I've shared with him. But it was nothing, and I'm still telling that person, like, you know what? I've done nothing for you, man. It was all that I was just thinking that maybe this could have helped you, because I found that money was not helping your brother. So I told what? Hey, let's like I believe in the power of the words. Uh, actually, uh, that was it, man. So
No,
kind of
that's very
experience I just
long-winded,
wanted
but
to
I
share with you
appreciate
guys.
that. I appreciate that's awesome. So you gave of yourself, and then you gained a friend. That's amazing. I'm sure you're
Yep.
grateful for that. Saleh, do you have something you want to share?
Absolutely. I'm sorry if there was a lot of background noise because I was driving, first of all. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Salam.
Walaikum salam.
Yes.
You want to put the mic next to your mouth a little bit more?
Oh, okay, cool. Better?
Yeah, I
Is it
guess.
better now?
Fairly.
Yes. Okay, I turned off the AC. Hopefully it will help. Yeah, so Alhamdulillah, wallahi, personally, I personally, like in brief, I do not see the reward of my good doing unless I have gratitude. And that's like, for example, like, whatever it is, sadaqah or even leaving something for the sake of Allah. If I'm not grateful, it doesn't have to be connected to that good action. But if I'm not grateful in general, like I'm not feeling gratitude or just leaving something out of just anger or something like that. Like, for example, like the beginning, like,
Breaking up a bit.
like most used, I'm lost. Okay, I'm driving to the airport. I'm leaving the airport right now. Sorry, hold on one second. So anyway, like when I left that life, once upon a time, alhamdulillah, when I left that life, alhamdulillah, I was guided back to, guided to the sunnah, and that's one of the greatest gifts in my life is the sunnah,
Great.
alhamdulillah. Yes, I have no clue. Something is beeping somewhere.
Don't worry about it. Just keep your story because I'm about to jump on to the next part.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So one of the great things is that when I left a lot of things, but then I was grateful for the, for anything that Allah did for me, because I was, so that was the guidance to the sunnah. And then, in throughout life, I found that when I do things, for the sake of Allah, I always get, I never get rewarded in the same way. I always get rewarded so many different ways. But the key to the reward was always gratitude to Allah.
That's amazing, guys.
So, and just, yes, so I could touch on so many things, but it will take hours to talk about it. So
I love it. I love it. That's why we're here, right?
Yes, oh, so, okay, well, and then, so many things. And then now I'm always, and mainly I see my reward is always in knowledge, in gaining knowledge in anything, whether it's worldly or something, in the deen. It's mainly, that's my reward. Like so many times, when I leave something for Allah, I get rewarded with the knowledge of something that benefits me and benefits my family.
Awesome.
And alhamdulillah, yeah. So like the sunnah is knowledge, right? And then I was like the other time I left something for the sake of Allah. A lot of things I'm ashamed of, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention them. And then like how to start a business. That's like way a long time ago, like 10 years ago or something. How to start a business, and I leave another thing, and then I get something else. I take care of my son and take him and rescue him from, some abusive environment. And alhamdulillah, I get all the helps, and more, supporting my son. And mainly, if I forgive, is mainly, my actions is forgiveness. When I forgive people, alhamdulillah, I get reward. Like even like recently, I had an issue with someone, and I forgave him for the sake of Allah, and then I was introduced to this. Now I meet more beautiful
Really?
brother. Rewarded was the ACE program, the ACE initiative, and yeah. So this is this is knowledge. This is a new stream of income. So I for myself, I noticed the blessing of getting knowledge. This is the most blessing that I've been, alhamdulillah, blessed with. And it turns something like 5% of the time it turns into monetary gain.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's mainly about like, like knowledge that benefit me. Like, yeah, another thing, like a few months ago, I did something, I left something bad, and alhamdulillah, I used to be sick for the longest. I didn't understand why.
Mm.
And alhamdulillah, I was introduced to like in a way I didn't expect that, like that solved my health problem. For example, it's like the way of eating, all of that. And alhamdulillah, it's all in the deen anyway, but we are so weak that we don't even implement. And then we have to go to people that do not know the religion, but they kind of practice in it, but, and then you learn from it. Like, for example, fasting.
Mm.
Fasting has cured me. I was a pre-diabetic, and I had a lot of issues. I had a lot of mental issues, of depression, anxiety, all of that. Somehow I started fasting, dropped 25 pounds in 1 month, no exercise.
Wow.
And yes.
That's like not even healthy.
Yes. 25 pounds, that's something I was blessed with, just because I left something that's haram, or I did something that's good.
That's good, guys.
So, yeah, but at the same time, I always remind myself, you got to be grateful. You have to be grateful.
Of course.
You have to.
Yes, sir. That's a good segue. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, brother.
That's a good segue. And Assalamu alaikum, Babar. Woo! Babar in Australia joins us. He's got sunshine. We're all nighttime here. And we're talking about the book, Happy Pocket Full of Money, Babar. And
Hi, how are you?
just doing, hey, how you doing? We were just finishing up the chapter on giving, and we were leading into the chapter called Gratitude, and we were just sharing our experiences, of how giving.
What's the name of that book?
That book is called Happy Pocket Full of Money. It's kind of right here in the URL. And it's actually in our group. So anybody watching this on my YouTube channel in the replay, there's a group. It's called Entrepreneurs Workshop. It's on Facebook. And in there, it's a public group. You can join it. And we talk to each other about how we can become better entrepreneurs. So that's for people who want to become entrepreneurs. And you can join these book reviews every Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. That's like New York time in the U.S. And, yeah, just feel free to join. That's the event out there. We're currently on the Happy Pocket book. We have, let's see how much more we have of this book left. We're probably a little bit past halfway done. We're taking it slow because we're just going for content and value, quality over quantity. We were trying to do it too fast, but now we're going real slow, and we're talking about things, and we're just having a great time. So I'd love to have new people in and enjoying and learning and opening your mind and interpreting it in different ways. I'm a Muslim. I interpret this book in a way that's congruent with my faiths. Other people, they interpret the book in another way that is congruent with their beliefs. So absolutely. Babar, do you have any experience you'd like to share in which you gave freely of yourself, your time, your wealth, and actually you received back from another place where you never even expected? Do you have something to share like that?
Well, Ahmed, just completely to me at this stage. I'm just on the first step now to learning from you from where to start actually. So just a beginning stage where I am now at the moment, mate.
All right, that's cool. Well, good. Then that's fine. I'm going to continue on reading, and we'll stop here and there and make some comments. So gratitude.
Yeah. So,
gratitude seals the deal. Did you have anything else to say? You have anything else to say, Babar?
sorry, I just couldn't hear you, mate.
Do you have anything else to say, or shall I continue?
Oh, you should continue, mate. Yeah, I'm definitely going to jump in if I need to say.
Great. All of life is a gift. Every person, moment, and thing is a gift. It is only that we refuse to open the gifts, and hence we do not get the gift sent to us. All things come to those who are grateful. There is a great truth to that, and here is why it works so well. By law of cause and effect, your gratitude attracts that which you are grateful for. And you should be grateful even before you receive it, because by law, you know you will receive it. In fact, you have it even before you ask. Gratitude speeds that reception because it is a statement of belief. You are already enthusiastically and genuinely grateful in a state of gratitude because of what you will receive, or more accurately, have received and are about to experience. Note, the gratitude is there before you even receive what you are seeking. In reality, you have it already. You have it all already. You just are not experiencing it yet. So gratitude is the first step to receiving and experiencing. It is an affirmation that you know you will have it. Imagine getting grateful and excited about a future event. Do you have any idea how much faith that portrays and how much gratitude that takes you to your goals at rapid speed? It is magical. Gratitude creates and grows your faith in addition to being the right thing to do. Thanks.
Subhanallah, it feels like I was reading this book. Like I was, I was reviewing this chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Subhanallah. Yeah, I wish I did it. Yeah. So yeah.
Good.
Sorry. Go ahead.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm live, baby. Like that. What you are grateful for reveals its gifts and serves you. Be grateful for everything because everything helps you discover an aspect of yourself. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. The trick is to learn to accept everything that you already have, to love the present moment, all of it, and to prefer nothing but the present moment when you are in the present moment. Doing this places you in a state of calmness and in a position most suitable for finding the gifts contained in the present moment so that you can rapidly grow in the direction which you wish to move. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. Gratitude for all things in the past, present, and future works wonders. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. It's like, guys, we should always do our gratitude every day. You know, if you're reading the book called The Magic, they tell you, do your gratitude practice. It's just like saying Alhamdulillah, like as much as you can for everything you can think of, you know. إن تعدوا نعمة الله لا تحصوها, right? Allah says, if you try to count the bounties of God, that you will never ever be able to capture all of them. All other things held constant, to the extent that an individual or society is grateful for everything and for each other, so will they have wealth and happiness. Gratitude does not need much explanation. You already know how to be grateful. Inside of you, you know how magical it is. All you need to recognize is that every moment, person, and thing was brought to you by your own choices, thoughts, actions, and states of being. You did it. The world just creates itself around you so that you may experience yourself and recreate yourself. Now, that's the author's opinion. But at the same time, I'm very grateful for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in my path. So be grateful for every moment, thing. And
actually, I need to, I might comment on this at the end.
Okay, this is the best way to find yourself. Remember, what you resist persists. Gratitude negates resistance. Once you're grateful, you can look at everything clearly and see yourself. Another bonus of gratitude is faith. By being grateful now for things you have intended to experience in the future, you become ever more certain you will experience them, and this in turn brings them to you. It allows you to be excited about the future. Let's keep going. I'm going to mute myself and you can talk. Go ahead, Saleh. Go ahead, Saleh. I'm waiting for you to give your commentary. Maybe he's frozen.
Yeah.
So, all right. I'm gonna
Sorry, I'm saying I was with the customer. I'm with the customer right now, so I'm gonna be listening.
It's okay. Great. I'm gonna mute you then, and then we're gonna go for like 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna have to wrap it up. Okay? Because I got a lot of distractions on my end too. Okay. Generally, I go for 45 minutes, but since we have a lot of people on, I decided that we can go for a little bit longer, and also because Zoom is not kicking me off, because usually it does. All right, so. Oh, you know what? Actually, we don't even need to go on. So let's just talk about what we just read. I can definitely attest to the fact that when you're grateful for the things that you haven't even experienced yet, but you just know full well that God is going to put them in your path because you know that God is what is right for you. Yeah. Then that increases your faith. It's like gratitude begets gratitude. Can anybody touch on that? Anybody have a comment on that? Maybe Michael or Babar?
Yeah, no, all good, mate. Well, actually, Ahmed, if you ever get chance, after this conversation, I want to speak to you in person, after you make yourself completely free.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, once you're done, give me a call on a messenger or whatever, and then, or I want to go for a quick chat with you then. All right, mate?
Sounds great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, so Michael, you want to close it? Michael, you started this off, and you want to close it? That'd be great.
Yeah, I guess.
Your video is frozen, but your audio is loud and clear. Go ahead.
Great. I hope I'm frozen on a nice picture of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'd like to say is that I was reading something similar to what the author's saying here in the other book that I'm reading, looking for the name, How to Win Friends and Influence People. He said one of the most powerful ways that you can influence people is that you can. By the way, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Is not to flatter, but to show a genuine appreciation for anything that a person does.
Yeah.
And that's because people will remember the 10 wrongs that you do, but they'll remember the one wrong that you do, but they'll never remember all the rights that you did throughout your life. So as a leader, what the book is telling you, that if you're going to be a leader, you have to be someone that empowers your team by recognizing the good that they do. If they do a good job, tell them, you did a great job, man. I really enjoyed it. This helped us so much, and it's not intended to flatter individuals, right? Because flattery is fake. Flattery is through the teeth. But appreciation, it comes from the heart, and it draws individuals towards you. They're not a person, they're not going to look at you like, the negative ways we look at people that only recognize us for our faults. They only see our faults no matter what good we do, for them or for others, So, appreciation is such an important thing in human relationships, and especially in business. As salespeople, that's something that we should look at. If we're dealing with our customers, we should always, not flatter, but look for things, right? Like Ahmed, mashallah, he always has a nice smile, or, like the brother that just spoke, what's his name? I never met the brother before.
Saleh.
Huh?
Oh,
No,
Babar.
the one that just, what's his name?
Babar.
Babar. Yeah, Babar. He has I wish I had his accent, man. Like, how are you, mate? Isn't that a lovely guy? This is awesome, man. This is awesome. I love it.
Yes.
2 + 4 - 1, that's 3. Anyway, but I don't know if you guys get that one. But yeah, things like that. It's a genuine compliment, because I really, appreciate that about him, So appreciation, That's it.
Well, thank you, Michael, for taking us home. Babar, do you have anything else to say? I'm going to close it now.
And I'm good, alhamdulillah, brother. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks for getting me.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
bro. I'll contact you soon tonight, for me tonight, and it'll be soon, okay? All right, guys, thanks for joining the meeting. Thank you for watching the replay. Those of you who are watching, reach out to us if you need anything. We're here to help you be a better entrepreneur. That's why this is the book review, Happy Pocket Full of Money, to help you be in a better mindset as an entrepreneur. And the Entrepreneurs Workshop is a public group on Facebook. If you're not already in it, and you're watching the replay now, just go ahead and look up Entrepreneurs Workshop, and you will find it. With that, have a great, wonderful day. Assalam.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.